Happy Friday, everybody. It's hashtag FAQ Friday, live from my home in Windermere, and we're in between showers at the moment. Who would say it's the 1st of July? So, frequently asked questions this week. As it's been reported this week, hospitality firms plan to hike their prices up as the energy costs and food costs start to soar. And it's really impacting balance sheets, it's impacting profit and loss accounts, and everybody's really struggling. And of course we've got the labour market too, the labour cost amid ongoing staffing crisis, and yet we see people like Stuart and Celia Gillies, who at the Bank House in Chislehurst, London, and number 18 in Sevenoaks, Kent, has lowered the prices on their menus. It's one of Gordon Ramsay's franchises, and they're adopting a zero waste approach in the kitchen, which is incredible. And we need to have a look at this and see what you can do as a business and what you can do as an organisation to help and support zero waste ecosystems, circular economy, whatever you can do to help your business but help the planet as well, and it'll be a win-win situation all round. So what can you do? Well, firstly, you've got to be aware. That is key to everything that you do, being aware of your money, being aware of your budget, being aware of the cost, being aware of all of your emissions, your CO2, etc. But actually check on all your costs, actually analyse all your cost, and ensure that you're checking elements like subscriptions. There's lots of subscriptions that business pay and they actually don't know why and what the costs are, and also being really clear on what you are paying out on your energy, on all your cost expenses items, and how do they serve you? Is it something that you really need? Prioritize them. What is needed, what's not needed. Is it a luxury, or is it something that needs to remain because it's part of your quality, part of your brand, which is really important. And focus on what you can control rather than what you can't control, and then look at habits that have been formed over years in your business. You know, I've always said in the industry, when I used to be a general manager, I'd walk in the kitchen at 7 o'clock in the morning and the chef would have all the burners going, and you'd say, why have you got all the burners going? Or just warming up the kitchen, or just getting ready for breakfast. But that's wasted energy, and just think about all the ecosystem in your business. Zero waste, carbon neutral. Have you got a policy on this? Do you train your staff? Do you get your staff involved in the responsibility taking? Have you got little wardens who are responsible for making sure that you become eco-friendly? And do you speak to your suppliers about cost control? I'm not saying that you've got to, ask them to completely reduce the cost dramatically if they can't afford to live at the moment as well. But what you can do is actually look at ways in how you can reduce your costs and work with your suppliers, but work with your customers, work with your teams, train and develop, and the more you communicate of what you're doing and why you're doing it, it's not all about money, although it is about money. It's about saving the planet, and create a story that you can use on all your media channels and use on all your branding, and making sure, and your website, and making sure that you can highlight why you're doing this. It is the key communication. And the other thing that a lot of people forget is get your maintenance team, if you've got one. If you've not, check everything mechanical is working properly and effectively. If it's not, you might find that you're actually spending more on electricity than you should be, because things aren't working effectively. The other thing that is easily done in hotels, restaurants, EPOS systems, computers, left on during the night on standby, they actually use 2/3 electricity when you've left it on standby. So see if you can turn them off, give your computer a break. It'll help to reset it, and then look after the electricity. Have a look at what in your bathrooms, on your flush options for your water. Lots of old toilets actually use I think it's another third of water than newer toilets use, and slow the flow of the shower. But you've got to maintain your guest experience. Your guest experience has to be a really, critical. It's crucial that you make sure that your guest experience is outstanding. So make sure that you do that. But if you've got spas and pools, have a look at what you're using in those areas as well, and how you can reduce and how you can be more efficient and effective with your heat sources. And check your temperature in your rooms. I know when it's like this, people are expecting to be warmer. However, there's a lot of hospitality venues have the heat on full belt, and then you find that windows are being kept open so that the temperature's right. But train your staff, ensure your team are fully trained. Remember what your purpose is, and if it is about saving money, that's great, but use the story behind that of being eco-friendly, saving the planet, and what you're doing to help and support that. Communicate with your people, and ensure that you've got an awareness of your cost elements so that you can have a profit, which is very important for every business. So I hope that's helped. As always, I'm here to help and support. Alison at ajlakes.com, and please take care of yourselves. Happy Friday and happy weekend. Take care.